Hello there guys, welcome back to Younes Talks Football, welcome back to a brand new video. I hope all of you are doing well today as it's the day after Chelsea picked up 3 points. It's the most important thing. Despite what we saw, or maybe we didn't see, because maybe some of you fell asleep. I wouldn't have blamed you, if I'm being completely honest, but we got the win and we needed it because the next game is Manchester City. Now, we're going to see what Man City do in the Champions League, right, tonight. They're playing Copenhagen, if I'm not mistaken. But they're playing Champions League, and yeah, I'll give you my thoughts on that tomorrow, so make sure you guys are here for that. You might get a double upload. But the preview is going to be coming on Friday. And I think it's going to be the most straightforward yet fearful preview that I think I might do this season. It's a preview I don't want to do, if I'm being completely honest. But we will be here. We will be here. So make sure you guys are subscribed. Make sure you hit that notification bell to be notified once I've uploaded and catch all the content as it drops on here and we gear up for the weekend. Now, let's start off with Chelsea's recruitment strategy. David Ornstein decided to start spouting a few words and tell us what was going on, and he decided to hit us with something we didn't really want to hear. We're not surprised, but we didn't want to hear it. Yet I'm going to show you. So we're all going to hear it and we're all going to read it. Let's get into it. Here's David Ornstein. Chelsea's recruitment policy will continue on a youthful front. We will see some activity in the summer. They will address the defence and attack, but it's not guaranteed that they will sign one of these big name, huge money signings. Okay. Listen, if by youthful front they mean we're going to start, looking for the next 19-year-old wonder kid, then count me out. Even so, look, I agree that the best players don't always have to cost the most, right? I understand that. And if anything, the contrary, right? Sometimes when we do pay that sort of money, 100 million and whatnot, we can end up disappointed, right? It has happened. And already this season, we're seeing conversations even within the fan base and extended fan base of football about players like Enzo, players like Caicedo, and it's probably the price tag that generates that sort of conversation in the first place. But when you look at Lukaku, for example, that was big money, and that went left. That went more than left. So I understand that it's not always about having to pay the biggest amounts of money, but you're not going to find the best players on the cheap. This is the concern. And at the same time, not just trying to get the best players on the cheap, because I don't even feel like we're doing that. I don't feel like we're trying to find decent top players, right? Not the best, but those players that you look at and go, yeah, I'll take him. It's not exactly like we're trying to go for those players and we're bidding, 30 million? Something that we know is probably going to get rejected. We're not even doing that. We just keep looking for the next wonder kid. And when I hear David Ornstein say that it will continue on the youthful front, I think we know what that means. And I just want to say off the bat, this is going to slap everyone in the face. This is going to backfire so bad, like it already is backfiring, and it's pretty incredible that the club doesn't want to learn from their mistakes. Now, in terms of young players, I feel like we've done enough shopping there, right? We've got enough. Now, pick out the best out of those that you can take in order to build around, right? Not build around the young players. You take the young players to build around at least a proper spine that we can build in this team, right? And that's the sort of player that we'll need to go and ship and get in the summer. We have to. But I'm scared that we're probably going to try and get some next 20-year-old, a 19-year-old, an 18-year-old. And we just do that over and over and over again. If that's the case, you best believe Chelsea are going nowhere. It's as simple as that. Chelsea, you know what? Theoretically, Chelsea don't actually even need to do that much business. We don't. We don't need our overhaul again. We actually don't need to do that again. Right? We had the overhaul. Cool. You've kind of done it backwards, but cool. You've done it anyway, regardless. Now it's about adding 3, 4 players max. You can argue to possibly get one top central defender. Maybe. You could argue to possibly getting one top defensive midfielder. We don't even need an attacking midfielder, if I'm being completely honest. I feel maybe with Nkunku, Gallagher, but I'll get to Gallagher later. There's things to say. Cole Palmer, we might be covered. Get one proper winger. That one can be young. I've seen the links with Nico Williams. I wouldn't be against it. I'll be honest. Because why? The winger position is a position that you don't necessarily need experience in. The winger position is you need someone fast, quick and powerful with dribbling ability. That tends to come from the more younger demographic, right? You wanna try and find a 21-year-old that is lightning, who's quick and intelligent and can get past players. That's all I'm looking for in a winger, yeah? Can shoot, can pass well. You can find that. That's the winger. We need one top winger, and then we need one top striker, a proper top striker, established. That's all we need. Everything else is there. That spine is what you build around, and then you can start implementing players like the rest that we have at the moment. You could argue players like Cole Palmer, for example. Those are the ones that come in and they complement that spine. We don't actually need to go out and buy an abundance of players again. So I don't understand this strategy. I really don't. I don't get it. It's scary. We'll see what happens when we do get to the summer. And I saw Ben Jacobs say Chelsea are going to have 200 million to spend. We still don't actually know the financial situation. Because I'm hearing people on one end say, oh no, we'll have money to spend, it'll be okay. And there's people on the other end that are going, no, Chelsea are in trouble. If you actually go and look into the numbers, Chelsea are in trouble. Well, which is it? We'll have to wait and see. When the numbers come out properly and we are able to verify it properly, then we'll know. But there's always the fear that we might not have much to spend. We did splash $1 billion. Remember this. So let's wait and see. Let's wait and see what happens. Now, as it keeps going, David Ornstein confirms the recruitment policy led by Chelsea sporting directors Lawrence Stewart and Paul Winstanley is expected to continue on a youthful front. I find this criminal, man. These two are still in a job. It's mad. It's absolutely mad that these two are actually still in a job. Not just still in a job either. Chelsea are going to be hiring more people into these departments that are going to be led by these two. Fantastic. Great. I worry. You know what? At worst, right? Or at best for us, right? At worst for them, but at best for us, right? It would be, I would say, somewhat logical if you demoted those two, demote them, put them into just the recruitment staff, yeah? Let them go and keep an eye out on players that might be considered, right? Go and do the recruitment work. And then hire someone on top of them that they have to report to. Hire one proper sporting director that they report to. That is something, that would be my bare minimum. That's something that I would look and go, if they have to stay at Chelsea, that's what I would accept. Apart from that, though, nothing else I agree with. Nothing else I think is logical. So, yeah, that's the latest on Paul Winstanley and Lawrence Stewart. Now, we have more from David Ornstein, but in relation to Pochettino. Chelsea are backing Mauricio Pochettino, but of course, results need to improve. This inconsistency will be deemed unacceptable. So where's the limit? Someone needs to tell me, where is the limit? We are already super inconsistent. So technically, we've already fulfilled this. This is already unacceptable. We're 11th. No, actually, we're 10th. We won yesterday. We're 10th. You know? So, listen. The one argument that someone might make is, okay, we get rid of Pochettino. Who's coming in right now? And it would mean that if we go on the interim basis, then absolutely I agree. If we were actually to try and go and find a manager right now that's ready to take charge, I would say there's actually more options on the table that people would not really consider normally. At this time of the season, it's very rare that you actually find a manager like Jose is available. Hansi Flick is available. I'm not saying go back to this guy. I definitely won't. There's no point. Antonio Conte is available. There are managers available, right? So that's that. But if we wait to the summer, results have to improve right now. The problem is I don't think they will right now because we've got Man City next. And then we've got the Cup final after that. And we've got a tough run in the Premier League. And we've got to go to Arsenal. And It's about to get sticky, Now, I hope that Chelsea somehow... Because I'll be honest, I don't see tactically how we're going to win those games. I don't. Tactically, that's my problem here. I think in terms of the mood, in terms of players' intentions, I think all of that has actually been clarified. I think that's on the up. I don't think Potter's lost the dressing room. I don't think the players don't care. They've shown that there is something there. Cool. But tactically, I think we leave ourselves weak. And you do that against top opposition, you're getting punished for 3-0 after 25 minutes. The game will be over. That's my concern. So, Pochettino is going to be backed. And we're going to wait and see what happens. We're going to wait until the damage is completely done, basically. Because I'll be honest, in the long run, I don't think Poch survives. I think there's way too much damage done, and I just don't think he turns it around. I'll be completely honest. I want to say that he can turn it around. But as I said, there's too much damage done, and I feel like there's more damage coming, and it's just not going to help the situation. And I think at the bare minimum, we get to the summer, and he will be relieved of his duties. So I asked the question, why wait? Let's start that process now, because it doesn't look like we're really going to turn things around until the summer. So I don't know. Let me know your thoughts down below in relation to that and what you think is going to happen with Pochettino and what you would do right now. Let me know. Now, talking about right now, Conor Gallagher. I mentioned him earlier and I said I'm going to wait to talk about him because of this that I'm about to show you. Let's get into it. Here's the latest from Nizar Kinsella. Conor Gallagher will not have a shortage of suitors this summer, but it will be a bad look for the owners to allow him to leave. It's very easy to not allow Conor Gallagher to leave. It's very easy. Give him a contract that makes sense. Simple. What's he currently earning? I think he's on 50k a week, right? Somewhere there. I think. If it's not less, I think it's 50k. Give him just over double that. 120, 130, right? And give him a 3 or 4 year deal. 3 or 4. I guarantee he signs for you 5 minutes. 5 minutes is all it's going to take. He will sign on the dotted line. Because he wants to genuinely stay at this club. If he didn't, he would have left in the summer when there was opportunity to go to Everton for 45 million, if you remember. Yeah, he would have gone. He didn't go. He wanted to stay and he was told, stay. By his dad, if I'm not mistaken, or his agent, or whoever, family, saying, stay. And he has done. Now, the power is in his hands. This is the problem here. He has the power. And I'll explain why in a little bit, but let's get into the rest of the latest. We Are The Shed are raising funds for a new crowd-surfing banner to show more needs to be done to tie Conor Gallagher to a new deal. This is basically the supporters that are going to try and send a message out to the owners, the directors, sign him to a proper deal. A proper deal. What's going to happen, and this is what I'm scared of, is that he's actually not going to be given a proper contract offer. He's not going to be offered something that makes sense. He'll say no, and then the press will say, Conor Gallagher rejected the contract offer. And then he will leave, and everyone will be like, Conor wanted to go. That's the fear. Because I'll be honest, I had my doubts on Mason Mount. And the way that all went down and he ended up going to Man United, still, I actually think that there possibly was a little bit from maybe his dad in his ear about Man United. He did have opportunity to sign a deal before the new ownership had even come in properly. So there was that too. But But with Conor Gallagher, it's 100% certain. Like, he wants to stay at Chelsea Football Club and he wants to be here. Give him a proper contract offer, not no nonsense on a 9-year deal or something stupid. He'll sign tomorrow. Why not? And like I said, I'd keep Conor Gallagher. Because if you have a team that's proper, moving properly, yes, he becomes a squad player, but he's a squad player I'd like to have in my squad. Absolutely. He's an option that I would love to definitely have off the bench. Without question, in certain situations, in certain games, he's the man to go to. And you know it. So, I mean, look, yesterday, I said at half-time, I reckon, no, you know what, Conor Gallagher, for the second half, I'd probably take him off because I reckon we could do with a little bit more creativity in that number 10 role because we genuinely don't need a press. We have most of the ball, so there's no point. What does he go and do? Yeah, no worries. Come out for the second half, boom, he scores. Later on in the game, boom, he scores. There is a need to have a Conor Gallagher in the team. In the squad, at least. So that's what the fans are going to do. We have Matt Law talking about it now. Tottenham are set to make a move for Conor Gallagher in the summer if he does not extend his deal. Goes on to say, a sporting director who does not work for Chelsea or any of the clubs interested in signing Conor Gallagher said, with a year remaining on his contract, clubs will value Gallagher around 30 to 35 million, which is a lot less than Chelsea will feel he is worth. So unlike... And by the way, before I get into it, this as well. Despite talks, no significant progress over a new contract for Conor Gallagher. I wonder why. This is the thing I wanted to mention. He holds all the power. Unlike Mason Mount. We actually ended up doing a deal for Mason Mount. And you know what? In terms of the financials, that was actually a bloody good deal. And you're thinking 60 million quid for Mason Mount. Thank you very much. Chelsea will not get that for Gallagher. As much as they want to value him at around 60 or 50, they're not going to get that. And he holds the keys because he doesn't have to move from the club. He can see out his contract. And you know what that's going to do? Because I genuinely believe there's not going to be many clubs that are going to come in for him if Chelsea are putting a price tag of 50 million on him. Because Chelsea will not want to sell for money like 30 or 35. So what the clubs will do is, that's fine, we'll wait. We'll wait. This gives teams leverage. Why? Because Conor Gallagher, at the end of his contract, after next season, will be ready for free. In fact, he can start talking to teams 6 months before his contract comes to an end and get something done for the next summer, not this summer coming. And what's that going to do? At that point, all the clubs are going to be like, yo, we can get Conor Gallagher for free. Now I'm going in. And you know what that's going to do for Conor? He's got options on the table now. He gets the salary that he wants because he comes for free. So the club that he'd be going to are not exactly going to be forking out millions and millions. They're going to have enough in the budget to be able to give him a decent salary, right? You want 150? You want 180,000? Not a problem. We'll do that for you. 200? You know what? We're getting you for free. We'll give you 200k a week. And he'll get a signing on bonus that goes right into his own pocket. Conor holds all the cards here. So this is why I'm saying to Chelsea, don't make yourselves look stupid in this instance, yeah? You're tired. Honestly, you have your backs to the wall on this one. You ain't got an option. You either let him go for cheap and you're not going to be happy, or even then, he can still go, I'm not going anywhere. So you know what? You've got two solutions. Chelsea have two solutions here, yeah? Solution A is give him a contract that makes sense. Yeah? 3-4 year deal. 150k. 140, 130. You can even negotiate. I'm not even bothered on the salary. If you want to try and keep the salary to a certain... I reckon he'll say yes. I reckon you give him a 3 or 4 year deal on 120k a week, he'll sign it tomorrow. I reckon he would. Because he loves the club genuinely. That's option A. A contract that makes sense. Don't try and tie him down to 7 years or 8 years. Or don't do that. Don't do that. Or option B, you can see him out for free. You can, help him with his bags as he leaves the club for free. Your choice. Pick one. That's how I see it going. So there's that. Now, let me know your thoughts down below. As we bring a close to the video, a few things to discuss. This, firstly. So the mascot that got abandoned on the pitch, if you remember, the CST, the Chelsea Supporters Trust, has been in touch with the youngster's mum and can confirm that Chelsea have invited him to Cobham. We have also sent him a shirt on behalf of the CST for him to wear and get signed on his visit. We look forward to meeting him in person soon. So I'm glad Chelsea have actually invited him to the training ground. Fantastic. I hope it's a unique experience. I hope it's not one of those things where he's just, open to the public and there's a bunch of people. Like I went once, there was other people there. I hope it's more private and intimate, because the poor kid deserves that at least. Do you know what I mean? So there's that. Next, so congrats to the boy and his family, and hopefully Chelsea make it worthwhile. This is next from Fabrizio. Chelsea planned for Pape Diouda de Jong time to train with the first squad at Cobham in the next months, and then expected to join Strasbourg for next season. Final decision or formal steps to follow around May or June. So De Jong has started training with the first team. He's 17, Senegalese. He's a Senegalese player that we brought in, and he will be heading off to Strasbourg. I'm cool with that. If we're bringing 16, 17, 18-year-olds, yeah, I want to see them go to Strasbourg to play. That makes sense. But don't overflood it. So there's that. Let me know your thoughts on that, and good luck to him. I hope he genuinely does well. Manchester United, big news coming out of there today. We have confirmation. Premier League confirmed Sir Jim Ratcliffe's acquisition of 25% of Manchester United has been approved following the completion of the owners and directors tests. The Premier League's owners charter has also been signed. So, 25%. It's done and dusted. It's on paper. It's settled. Jim Ratcliffe comes in as running the football side of Manchester United. And you know what? I actually think they're going to start making moves now, man. Especially with Omar Barada in as their new CEO. And all charge on the football side is his responsibility. I do think Man United are going to be operating better on the footballing side than they were before, without question. So all eyes on Manchester United going into next season and the summer window specifically. We'll see how they're going to invest and see what moves they're going to make in order to try and bolster that squad. And are they going to get a new manager? Perhaps, maybe. I think so. I'll be honest. I think eventually it's going to happen and they're going to make the change. But for who? We'll see. And to end, a very, very nice and wholesome way to end the video. I read this and I was very happy. So here's the latest on Liverpool, weirdly enough, and Sven. A dream come true for Sven. So, Sven-Goran Eriksson will join Liverpool Legends management team. The former England boss, who was diagnosed with terminal cancer in January, will get his Anfield wish. So, Sven-Goran Eriksson wanted to manage Liverpool, right? And he confirms this in this quote that he left in January this year. So check this. He said, "My father is still alive and is still a Liverpool supporter, and I'm a Liverpool supporter as well. I've always been. So I always wished to be the manager of Liverpool, and that will not happen for sure, but I'm still a Liverpool fan." And when he said that, Jurgen Klopp and Liverpool made it public that they would make sure that they can try and come up with something. And Jurgen Klopp made it public and said, "You can come to the training ground, you can join me in my setup, and you can run training for the day." He genuinely opened up to Sven, and that was really, really nice to see. Well, now the Legends game, I think it's Liverpool versus Ajax, if I'm not mistaken, will be happening at Anfield, and Sven will be on the managerial team taking charge of that game for Liverpool. So it's very nice, and well, it's not nice. It's a bad situation. I don't wish that on him or anybody, and it's sad. It's nice to see he gets his wish. He gets his wish, and I hope he genuinely just enjoys the experience, and it's a dream come true for him, and I hope it goes well. So there we are. Let me know your thoughts on that as well down in the comments. Much appreciated. And I will see all of you tomorrow for potentially a double. And we'll see what happens in the Champions League tonight. So thank you all so much for watching. Do not forget to hit the subscribe button if you haven't done so already. Hit the notification bell to be notified once I've uploaded. Smash the like button if you've enjoyed this. Don't forget to let me know all of your thoughts in the comments. And I will see all of you tomorrow for the potential double. So I'll see you then. Thank you all so much for watching, people. Have a good one. See you lot then. Take care and peace.